Business owners in Spokane are questioning Mayor Lisa Brown's new plan to address homelessness. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. That new plan still needs to be approved by City Council, but some business owners are more concerned about whether the plan will work. Derek Strom is live in downtown Spokane after speaking with some of those business owners. So, Derek, what did they say?
Kirsten, Derek, Mayor Brown's plan includes putting more police officers and a homeless outreach team here downtown. But the business owners I spoke with today say that doesn't mean much if the city isn't able to make meaningful progress addressing homelessness and drug use.
The enforcement's the foundation.
Business owners around Spokane are reacting to a new plan to address homelessness downtown. The plan is backed by the mayor and the chief of police. The ordinance would put more police officers downtown and give officers the ability to arrest people illegally camping. Jacob Rosenberg owns Solitude Barbershop downtown, and he says open drug use is a much larger issue than homelessness.
It's so second nature for us to see an overdose that we almost feel bad when we aren't able to empathize with a client that just saw someone overdose for the first time, and they're traumatized. They don't want to come back to.
Rosenberg feels like the issue of drug use is not a priority for the city, especially downtown. Solitude is part of the Spokane Business Association, which hopes this ordinance will bring change.
When you say no to those activities, camping, on-street, open drug use, obstruction, when you say no, then you have to have a really strong yes towards the services that people need.
Tomorrow, Spokane Business Association CEO Gavin Cooley will present plans to the City Council on why it should adopt the provisions in Proposition 1 that would criminalize encampments within 1,000 feet of schools, parks, playgrounds, and other places children gather.
You know, the status quo has given us where we are, and if people are satisfied with that, then, you know, it really doesn't matter. But I think a lot of us are saying, no, this isn't working. We want to return to a clean and safe downtown.
Now, Prop 1 passed 2 years ago but was struck down by the state Supreme Court this year. And as for the mayor's proposal, the City Council will discuss that at its next meeting on October 20th. Live in downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Derek. With re-election top of mind for some Spokane City Council members, their public safety approach will likely decide votes.
In 4 weeks, Spokane will pick who they want to fill 3 city council seats. And today, candidates talked about how they plan to tackle Spokane's public safety and homeless problems. Let's send it over to Hunter Bertram here in studio, who brings us those conversations.
Derek, for many voters, public safety is a deciding factor in this election. Some candidates support more law enforcement, others focus on social services. The consensus across all 6 candidates is they don't believe the city's approach now is working.
District 1 incumbent Jonathan Bingle emphasizes law and order, advocating for Proposition 1's enforcement. In 2023, about 75% of Spokane voters backed Proposition 1, which aimed to ban camping citywide with few exceptions. However, the state Supreme Court said most of it couldn't be enforced, and the City Council did not reinstate Prop 1 at the beginning of this summer in June.
And what the city of Spokane really needs to do is it really needs to establish a culture of, law and order.
Challenger Sarah Dixit, however, questions using Prop 1 for solutions, favoring all new evidence-based approaches.
And we know that criminalizing and putting people in jail isn't a long-term solution in terms of getting to the root cause. So I believe in looking at things that are evidence-based and data-driven.
In District 2, Kate Tellis proposes empowering more social workers while expressing reservations about Proposition 1's application.
If we allow social workers and people with lived experience to actually make the first point of contact, I think we're going to have more success.
Her opponent, Alejandro Baranito, supports enforcing existing laws and sees Proposition 1 as a tool to achieve this.
And a lot of that starts with enforcing the laws that we already have in place and by giving people the options of getting the services that they need.
District 3, Zach Sapone calls for a balanced approach, integrating Proposition 1's intentions.
We need both compassion and connecting people to services, and we need law enforcement, and jail is an option of last resort.
Christopher Savage emphasizes police support, aligning fully with Proposition 1's objectives.
So we need to make sure that we are supporting our police by giving them all the tools in their tool belt so they can be able to enforce properly and make sure our city is safe and clean.
Kirsten, all candidates agree that immediate action is necessary. Conversations alone are not enough. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. We are starting to feel that warm up we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, it was really warm this afternoon. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see just how warm we are getting.
Well, let's take a look at our high temperatures today. 75 in Spokane, 74 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, 80 degrees in Lewiston. These temperatures are more typical of mid-September than mid-October. It was 80 in Ritzville, a few 60s on the map, and it is going to be even warmer tomorrow. It is still 72 in Spokane, and what a sunset. Just a few clouds passing through. They won't be around for long. Expect clear skies tonight, and the sunset is coming right up. In fact, in 11 minutes at 6:15. We take a look now at our overnight lows tonight. With the clear skies, the dry air, we are going to be dropping quickly. However, we're starting from such a warm position that we're not quite getting down to average. We'll be in the mid to upper 40s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, even a few 50s on the map right around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 43 in Spirit Lake, 42 in Meade, and 46 degrees in Cheney. And then it's back to the sunshine and even warmer weather, 78, a full 15 degrees above our average high. And then the changes start on Friday and really take hold this weekend. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, he's responsible for killing 3 people, including 2 teenagers in Spokane. But a Washington State Supreme Court ruling means a convicted killer is about to have his sentence reduced. Justin Crenshaw killed Sarah Clark and Tanner Peel in 2008, a gruesome crime. He killed them with swords and posed their bodies. He was sentenced to life without parole, and since he's been in prison, he's killed another inmate and stabbed 2 others. But a Washington State Supreme Court decision in 2021 could erase that provision about no parole. The court says offenders under 21 can't be given that option because their brains may not be fully developed. Crenshaw was just over 20 years old at the time.
Life without parole meant just that. Life without parole, that he would not get out of prison. And we never imagined that that would change or how that could change.
Sarah Clark's parents say this is not justice, and they'll have to sit in a courtroom next week while Crenshaw can fight for a lighter sentence. You'll hear from Sarah's parents and about other Spokane killers who could get lighter sentences tomorrow on 4 News Now at 6.
Well, 2 cities in the region considered proclamations to create a holiday to honor the death of political activist Charlie Kirk. Liberty Lake and Coeur d'Alene held city council meetings yesterday to consider similar proposals. In Liberty Lake, it came to a vote with all but 1 council member voting against the proclamation. In Coeur d'Alene, there isn't a voting process for proclamations, but there was pushback and support for the proposal in the meeting. Along with the proclamation, a Charlie Kirk memorial is scheduled for October 14th at 6 p.m. at Coeur d'Alene City Park. Well, former FBI Director James Comey was in court today
for federal charges of lying to Congress and obstruction of an investigation. What prompted the charges and the director's plea coming up.
And up next, the federal government remains in shutdown. President Trump drawing criticism after suggesting workers may not be paid for the duration of the shutdown.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome Broadway's Rock of Ages, the driving music force that rocked Broadway and millions of fans in the groundbreaking show Rock of Ages live in concert at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, November 20th. Get your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Do you have old or unused medication? Keep your loved ones safe by disposing of your unneeded medications at a drop-off location. It's a simple way to make your home safer and to help prevent misuse or accidental poisoning. Find a secure take-back kiosk near you at medtakebackwashington.org.
If the name wasn't obvious enough, the DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket is tossed in your choice of honey barbecue or new sweet chili. That means layers of flavor from the top, bottom, left, right, inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket, available in honey barbecue or new sweet chili. Get it delivered today, only at DQ. happy tastes good.
At Move Fitness, our job is to get you moving using things like high-energy fun classes, motivating knowledgeable trainers, and the best variety of workout equipment in the region. And you can get it all for around $1 a day. Join the movement.
BECU's free Shred and E-Cycle event is back. On October 25th, bring your sensitive documents you'd like to purge to the Spokane Arena and we'll shred them for free. We'll also e-cycle laptops, TVs, and other electronic devices safely.
Consider bringing some cans of food or cash donations for our Shred Day partners in Lynn Northwest.
Let's clear the clutter and recycle responsibly at BECU's Shred Day and E-Cycle event.
From 9 to 1, October 25th at the Spokane Arena.
It's a 4-day four-wheel drive sale this week at Cal.
Where for 4 days only, Cal is dropping the prices on four-wheel drives. Plus, giving you an extra $400 for your trade-in.
Which is a double $800 reason to upgrade your ride from Cal.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. But winning is just the beginning.
Well, it is day 8 of the government shutdown, and once again, the Senate failed today to pass 2 funding bills to reopen the government.
And now millions of federal workers could go without a paycheck. ABC's Rena Roy reports that there's frustration growing all around.
Open the government today!
In the pouring rain with emotions running high, federal workers in Washington, D.C. desperately urging Congress to end the government shutdown.
Congress, do your damn job! Yeah. Do your damn job and pass a budget!
Union leaders blasting Congress members for using workers as, quote, political pawns, with President Trump suggesting he may withhold back pay for some federal workers when the government does reopen.
How dare you go out there and say, I'm going to give back pay to the people that I like and not for the people that I don't like. We are in a dangerous spot in this country.
Many federal workers now going without a paycheck, according to an email obtained by ABC News. And multiple sources, some employees at the IRS were told they are now furloughed effective immediately, though some staff are exempt.
I'm sorry, I'm aggravated.
The Senate once again failing to pass 2 funding bills today that could have reopened the government.
The first responsibility of the government is to protect the people, and the people who are supposed to be protected are being completely cheated by Democrats in the Senate because they want to play politics.
Republicans and Democrats pointing fingers.
Donald Trump and the Republicans would rather kick 15 million people off health insurance, would rather raise premiums by thousands and thousands of dollars a year, rather than sit down and work with Democrats on fixing health care.
The shutdown also impacting millions of air travelers. The FAA saying there were staffing issues among air traffic controllers yesterday, contributing to thousands of delays nationwide. Now, this was the 6th time the Senate has voted down a Democratic-led bill that includes health care provisions. Republicans saying they don't want to discuss that until the government is reopened. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
A former FBI Director James Comey arraigned today, facing 2 felony charges for allegedly lying to Congress and obstructing an investigative proceeding before Congress, allegations he denies.
Attorneys laid out plans to get the case dismissed entirely because of what they consider vindictive and selective prosecution. They're essentially saying Comey was targeted because he's a perceived political enemy of President Trump's.
To show that there was some sort of animus or vindictive nature as to why this person is being prosecuted rather than a legitimate legal reason.
And the judge in this case, who was appointed to the court by President Biden, set a trial date for January 5th, saying, "I will not slow this case down," in response to the government's concerns about producing the evidence necessary to make its case.
Another look at this pretty sunset tonight. Gorgeous evening with mostly clear skies. Temperatures dropping into the 50s by 11 o'clock. We have some much colder nights ahead in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mississauga.com.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
BECU has helped Finney Ridge Painting grow from setting up payroll services to finance. I feel that BECU is fundamentally concerned about me as an individual and my business and all the individuals that work here. They provide a level of connection that other institutions aren't interested in. With BECU, we don't feel like customers. We feel like business partners.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
Mirajoy, the overwhelming relief after Miralax helps you go. Miralax works naturally with the water in your body. Miralax, free your gut to free your mood.
For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mira Fiber.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. From McVeigh Brothers.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
Well, it sounds like we might finally get a solid storm this weekend.
Let's hand things over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. Chris, I was just saying we need to plan some indoor kid activities.
Oh, yes, I agree. I am looking forward to spending maybe a lazy weekend indoors with some football games. 72 right now in Spokane. How could you not be outside on a day like today, though? Just gorgeous, and what a pretty sunset. Coeur d'Alene, 69. We're looking over the Veterans Memorial Bridge. Veterans Memorial Bridge. This is the eastbound view with a beautiful night in progress. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be sunny and even warmer on Thursday. Friday is our transition day. I'm feeling less confident about any precipitation on Friday, but an increase in clouds and a little bit of a dip in our temperature, still well above average. And then we drop. Chilly and wet this weekend and some frosty mornings ahead next week. Now tomorrow, backing up to the 80s and 70s of tomorrow, 80 in Coeur d'Alene, 81 in Grand Coulee, and 83 in Lewiston. 78 in Spokane is 15 degrees above average, but we'll be 80 in downtown Spokane, as well as Meade, 9 Mile, and really warm throughout the entire region with those bright blue skies. And a little bit cooler, as I mentioned, on Friday, 71, still well above average, but then we just swan dive from 71 Friday down to 51 by Sunday. This white line is our average high, and we stay below average in the 50s through the rest of the 7-day forecast, and that does come with some wet weather. Again, I'm not so sure about Friday, but Saturday, especially Saturday night and into Sunday, a very good chance of rain. All because of this area of low pressure that's dropping down the coast, putting us in a southerly flow now. That's why we're seeing those high temperatures. But then as it swings inland, it's bringing cooler and wetter weather and dropping snow levels along with that cool down. We are going to see our snow level go from off the chart tomorrow. We'll be at 9,500, almost 10,000 feet. But then we drop to about 6,000 feet Saturday. And then we're down at some of the pass levels by Sunday. Above 4,000 feet, you'll find some snow. That will impact Lookout Pass, but not Snoqualmie Pass. And you may see a little bit of snow on some of your neighboring mountains. It is also going to be a breezy weekend, particularly on Saturday. today with some stronger wind gusts. We dry out and then look at those overnight lows next week. If you haven't had a frost at your house yet, chances are it's going to happen at least by Tuesday morning. Kirsten.
All right, we'll be looking out. Thank you, Chris. Well, a library has a creative approach to get you through its doors.
A marketing video it made is racking up millions of views. We'll show you that video and what the library hopes will happen as a result.
And up next, some students in Chicago got the chance of a lifetime. They got to meet the first pope from the United States. Their visit with the pontiff after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Vineyard Park at South Hill, now open for independent living, assisted living, and memory care.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show, like you've never seen it before, with the original Columbia, Nell Campbell, live and in person for a screening of the original unedited movie with a live shadow cast and filled with audience participation. All this plus a VIP meet and greet, costume contest with great prizes and more. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Coming to the First Interstate Center for the Arts October 26th. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Scouting America prepares young people for life by helping them grow in confidence, discover new skills, experience the outdoors, all while learning the importance of leadership and service.
Here in the Inland Northwest, we serve over 2,000 boys and girls. Through the end of October, our Scouts are running their annual popcorn sale. For just $20, you can help send a kid to camp or on their next adventure.
Namerica is honored to donate $1,000 to Scouting America. This is how Namerica cares for kids.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network and see how you can save up to 20% versus AT&T and Verizon when you check the math at T-Mobile.com. Plus, your experience plan is guaranteed for 5 years.
Do you think both of these tiles would work in my bathroom?
Tired of a big box service?
At Caruso's Floors, we've kept Spokane covered for over 80 years.
Right now, during our fall sale, it's a great time to check out our selection of quality Karastan products.
Caruso's Floors.
Spokane has one of the highest rates of domestic violence in Washington. Create Your Statement is changing that, empowering youth to build self-worth, recognize abuse, and foster safe, healthy relationships. Visit createyourstatement.org and help us build stronger futures today.
Welcome back. It's a moment a group of students from Chicago will likely never forget. Students from Old Lady of Mount Carmel Academy are at the Vatican today and got to meet with the Pope.
Yeah, the students went viral online earlier this year when they held a mock conclave ahead of Pope Leo, a Chicago native, being named the pontiff. ABC's Kate Currigan is at the Vatican with more.
What an astonishing sight to see these students from Chicago, Illinois, essentially going from a viral sensation to Vatican sweethearts. These students getting this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not just to meet the Pope in a general audience, but to be able to spend time with him on the steps of St. Peter's Basilica. Take a look. Students wearing their mock conclave uniforms into Vatican City, catching the eyes of tens of thousands in the crowd. Here, this is the moment where Pope Leo XIV stood in front of students from his own hometown as they looked in awe and amazement. It's almost hard to believe this all started with a class assignment just days before the College of Cardinals elected Pope Leo. It was a class project seen around the world. We also want to point out this young man dressed in his Pope costume. He told me as he stood next to the Pope, he asked Pope Leo if he wanted to switch hats, and sure enough, the pontiff obliged.
I was so nervous, but it was really special and really cool that we just got to meet a world leader.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, I have switched hats with him, so I have his hat on right now.
Now, Augie Wilk, a fifth grader from Chicago, is taking home possibly one of the best souvenirs you can from Vatican City. But more than just the physical mementos, these students and staff will be coming home with memories sure enough to be shared for generations to come.
Wow. Wow.
Pretty
Go
amazing.
home and tell your parents that? Do they believe you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be more expensive to see Mickey Mouse.
New prices for U.S. Disney theme parks hit today. The new prices vary depending on what park and the time of year. Now, the most expensive single-day, single-park ticket falls during the Christmas or New Year's holiday weeks. In Florida, it's a 5% hike to $209 plus tax to visit the Magic Kingdom. For Disneyland Resort in California, that peak ticket price goes up to $224. Its lowest price single-day ticket, $119 plus tax for Animal Kingdom Park. That's staying the same price.
Well, something most everyone has in their kitchen is turning 80 years old Wednesday. That's when defense contractor Raytheon patented what is known as the microwave oven. It was invented by a man named Percy Spencer. He was working on radio and radar equipment, and while experimenting with a magnetron, he noticed it melted the Payday candy bar in his pocket. So after some tweaking, the microwave oven was born. It was huge and expensive, and the tech sat mostly unused. It wasn't until 1967 when Amana shrunk it down to a tabletop size.
I can't believe it's been 80 years.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. All right. Thanks in large part to technological advances from computers to phones, many people have less time to go to a library, but that may gradually change.
At least that's what staffers at one Wisconsin library are hoping, and their viral video is turning heads worldwide. Kaylee Sturall reports from New Berlin.
You can't trust everybody, but you can trust the New Berlin Public Library.
That video now played more than 13 million times, and it begs the question, who says you can't fall for a library?
New Berlin Library, how may I help you?
Tiff Kelly will tell you that's what's happening in New Berlin.
I might be a little biased, but I would call it a magical place.
This magical place filled with much more than just books. Underneath the main floor is a library of things all their own.
Things you wouldn't think about, maybe something you need to use once, but never again. So we have it for you to borrow, so you don't have to spend the money on it.
Think giant board games, bikes, microphones, and more.
Like a radon detector?
All giving the term checking out a whole new meaning.
I was amazed, but our library is actually very cool. There's so much stuff here that you can rent or just get for free.
And now that it's October, one of those things are Halloween costumes.
This one?
A look for the rack of more than 140, and Kathy Ann was set.
I mean, how can you not, right?
While Halloween may be about dressing up, what's happening here is all about showing up.
We want them to read and learn things and educate themselves, but we also want them to be able to have fun and enjoy themselves.
That community showing up in record numbers this summer, and now thanks to this video, showing up all over the world too.
You can't trust everybody.
We've been getting emails from people in Australia and the Philippines. A lot of the comments are just like, wow, I need to go back to my library, which is the coolest thing. That's why we do anything that we do. So I kind of just hope it's like a big victory for libraries everywhere.
From books to board games, this library's got you covered, proving that when you take a trust ball into your community, sometimes it catches you.
All you need is your library card.
Worth pointing out, our local libraries have a lot of stuff besides books as well. All right, we've been telling you about it for weeks now, the Together Spokane initiative.
Yeah, the joint effort between Spokane Public Schools and Parks and Rec seeks to improve public spaces in the city by drawing funds from both sources. We asked, though, if you had any burning questions about this proposal, and up next, we'll have the answers to those questions. Don't go away.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Bill's Heating and AC has not one, not two, but 3 warehouses overstocked with top quality air conditioners. To clear out inventory before the end of the year, we're doing something we've never done before. Advertising our guaranteed lowest pricing for all to see. Right now, you can get a full heating and cooling system installed for only $6,500 to $8,500, depending on capacity. Call now before this amazing deal goes away. Call 208-777-5528.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on breakfast, which comes in handy when you've got the whole family in town.
Buy one, add one for $1. Now with Sausage McGriddles and more breakfast favorites. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's a 4-day four-wheel drive sale this week at Cal.
Where for 4 days only, Cal is dropping the prices on four-wheel drives. Plus, giving you an extra $400 for your trade-in.
Which is a double $800 reason to upgrade your ride from Cal.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
For me to be here really speaking highly of Inland Imaging, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I knew I was in good hands and I needed it. I needed that.
If I can be there and be a comfort to them just to make sure, like, I'm here with you, we're going to get these for you, and just help them relax.
Whatever I'm doing, is it something that's going to help a patient or our patients? And if it is, then that's the right thing.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Ballots will soon be hitting the mailboxes, and Spokane voters will see 2 big items, a park levy and a school bond. They're separate measures, but part of a coordinated project called Together Spokane.
We turn to you on social media today, asking what questions you might have about it. Alexandra Cohen-Yards has been getting you answers to those questions all day long. She joins us from Mission Park now. And Alexandra, what changes to the park relate to some of the questions that you receive?
Yeah, Derek, viewers were curious to hear, what is the timeline like for Together Spokane? What changes might we see in those early years? And for Spokane Parks, partially that would happen right here at our park restrooms. Now, if Together Spokane passes in the first few years, Spokane Parks plans to increase maintenance staff by 50% to better care for its spaces. It also claims it will renovate or replace all of the park restrooms and prioritize those in the worst condition. The first group are expected to be finished in 2 to 3 years. The initiative would also renovate and create several playgrounds. For Spokane Public Schools, the first projects would be upgrading Adams Elementary, one of the city's oldest schools. Another question that we got from a viewer was, what % of the park's levy, which is $240 million, would go towards levy administration? Spokane Parks told us in response to that about 5% of the levy's budget would go towards administration. Now, as for how much this would all cost you, in total, Together Spokane would cost the average homeowner around $96 in property taxes per year. That's about $90 that would go towards Spokane Parks and $6 that would go towards Spokane Schools. So in our KXLY newsroom today, we had a question of our own. Why is the parks levy more expensive than the school bond? Spokane Parks told us that is because they haven't asked for a bond since 2014, while SPS has had several bonds since then, some that are still in place. The 2026 Spokane Parks budget plan is relying on this measure to pass, but the board says it does have a contingency plan in place should the levy fail. Now, for all of these projects to go according to plan, and there's a lot of them, more than 200, both of these measures would have to pass. Now, if one of them were to fail, then some of these joint projects might have to be relooked at, they might be postponed, or they might have to be modified. For now, reporting live, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. It is time to check back in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker.
It was warm this afternoon, and it sounds like we could be getting more warm temperatures tomorrow.
Yes, even warmer. In fact, 75 was our high temperature today, more than 10 degrees above our average high of 63. Not quite record territory. You have to go back to 1911 when it was 84 degrees. Our sunrise today, 7 o'clock. That's getting getting late. We started the day off at 42 degrees, cool, but oops, let's go back. I do want to show you this change in our average high. Our average high is now 63. That number drops so rapidly in the month of October. This is the change in average high per month, and you'll notice quite a drop in October. It's an 18-degree drop, more change than any other month of the year. That is why October can start off with these warm, sunny, beautiful fall days, and by the end of October, typically it really starts to feel like the cold season is moving in. But not tomorrow. 46 degrees to start the day. Bright blue skies. By noon, we're already going to be close to 70 degrees. You won't need a jacket for your noontime walk around the park, heading up to that high of 78, which is 15 degrees above average. I'll be back in just a few minutes. It's Wildlife Wednesday, and I'll have your 7-day forecast talking all about those big changes on the way, Kirsten.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you. As home prices in Spokane continue to rise, owning a home is not possible for many families.
But today, a single mom of 2 received the keys to her first home. Madeline Mullins shares how a nonprofit made it all possible.
It didn't take long for Amanda Cole and her sons to kick off their shoes and get comfortable in their new home.
Super exciting, super comforting. We've been waiting for this day for a long time.
But it did take a long time to get here. For the past 12 years, Cole has been hard at work, hoping to one day be able to purchase her own home. Today, that day came.
2, 1. Welcome home!
And it was all thanks to the nonprofit called First Story.
Our middle-income families can buy a beautiful Hayden home with a zero down, zero interest 30-year loan.
First Story has provided 123 homes since it began in 1998. It says this nonprofit is needed now more than ever. According to Zillow, home prices in Spokane have risen by 36% in the last 5 years.
You know, our police officers, our educators, nurses, social service workers, and they have a nice income, but not enough to own a home.
Now that Cole is finally a homeowner, I asked her what she was most excited about. It wasn't these 4 walls.
Just being able to have a yard, and it's ours. Being able to have barbecues in the back in a private area. Shoot, I might even get a fire pit.
Cole's sons say one of the things that they're excited about is that they each get their own room in their new home, a room that they get to decorate.
Mason's room right now is all open. It was in a basement. So he's excited for the door. And then they're both super excited to have their new rooms.
In the end, Cole says it's the security and safety that this new home provides that means the most to her. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Pretty amazing for that family.
Yeah.
Well, the Mariners entered today 1 win away from the American League Championship Series.
And we have highlights from a roller coaster game 4 coming up next in sports, plus a preview of Washington State's game at Ole Miss this Saturday. It's all right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Sandpoint Furniture, Carpet One.
If the name wasn't obvious enough, the DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket is tossed in your choice of honey barbecue or new sweet chili. That means layers of flavor from the top, bottom, left, right, inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket, available in honey barbecue or new sweet chili. Get it delivered today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Real life Lassie, how the good boy ran for help after Grandma fell during their walk.
Tell me where Mama is.
The hero dog saves the day.
Good boy.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Shifting Gears is your new favorite comedy.
What?
And with guest stars Lily Singh and all-star Dodger Mookie Betts, it's the perfect date night.
Yeah, dog! I don't want to talk about it.
New Shifting Gears tonight on ABC.
The Seattle Mariners went into Detroit today needing a win to advance to their 5th ever ALCS, still chasing that first pennant. And after a rousing Game 3 win, the M's, well, they're on the brink. Top of the second, Dominic Canzone fires away to right field, and watch Josh Naylor fly around the bases. The new father sprints in for the first run of the game, 1-0 Mariners. 5th inning, 2-0 game. Kyle Raleigh, great hit deep right. It's down. Randy Rosarena comes home. It's a 3-0 game. M's are rolling, but Detroit adds a couple back in the bottom half of the inning. Javi Baez continues his renaissance season. A single up the left field gap sends in the tying run. It's 3-all. Riley Green in the 6th continues the Tigers' run way out to right. The solo home run brings Detroit their first lead. Now 5-3. It's starting to become a Motown beatdown. Baez again. This one is way gone. 7-3 game. Detroit is rolling for a 9-3 win, forcing a Game 5 back in Seattle. So now taking a look at the series rubber match, the winner moves to the championship series. Loser ends their season. First pitch Game 5 in Seattle is Friday. That time dependent on the New York-Toronto game. That's Game 4 tonight right now. The Washington State Cougars come off their bye week to have perhaps the toughest test of the season at the number 4 Ole Miss Rebels. The Rebs are the highest-ranked team WSU has faced since falling 24-21 at number 4 Washington. That was back in November 2023. Quarterback Zev Yekau spoke to the media about the bye week and how he and the team have felt having an extra week to reset and focus on their next opponent.
Yeah, I think just taking advantage of the time that we had out here. You know, obviously when we were out here, when you're in the building, trying to take advantage of every minute that you're here, whether that's film study, whether that's in the weight room, whether that's rehab, whether that's on the football field, you know. And when you get your time off and you know, coach directs us the time off, then you take the time off, try to take your mind away from football for a little bit. And then obviously, you know, come back when the time is needed.
A venture for their first trip ever to Oxford, Mississippi. Kickoff bright and early here on the West Coast. 9:45 a.m. WSU still needs 3 more wins for a bowl game. And, well, if they can pull this one off, it would be the Cougs' first top 5 road win since beating top-ranked UCLA in 1988. Hockey season is here, and the Spokane Chiefs are already underway. But how about the National Hockey League? They're following suit starting today. 4 former or current Spokane Chiefs find themselves on NHL rosters as opening day puck drop goes down tonight. Among those, this guy, Berkeley Catton for the Seattle Kraken, of course, a current Spokane Chief. Jack Finley for Tampa Bay, Jared Spurgeon for Minnesota, and Kyler Yamamoto for Utah. And to watch the Seattle Kraken and see if Catton can get on the ice for his NHL debut, they begin their season tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against the Anaheim Ducks. And as a reminder, Berkeley Catton can play up to 9 games for Seattle before needing to either return to the Chiefs or another minor league affiliate, or he's going to have to burn a year off his entry-level contract.
So do you think he stays or do you think he comes back?
I don't know. It's really hard to judge it. I mean, I selfishly kind of hope he comes back because you want to see him on the Chiefs again. But, man, he could make a real impact in Seattle.
I'll never forget when Jordan Smith raced against him.
Didn't go well.
No, it did not.
Awesome.
Go watch that on KXLY.com. Hey, covering stories for your